The budgeted income statement presented below is for Burkett Corporation for the coming fiscal year. Compute the number of units that must be sold in order to achieve target pre-tax income of $102,600 or $102,600. Now here's what we're given. We're given that sales are 40,000 units or $1 million, and we're given that cost are direct materials 289,300, direct labor 240,900, fixed factory overhead 104,500, variable factory overhead 150,900, fixed marketing cost 110,900, variable marketing cost 50,900, and this looks like total costs of 947,400. And when you take the sales minus those total costs, you get pre-tax income of 52,600. Now, to work this problem, you need one simple formula, which is down here. We're looking for the number of units that must be sold in order to achieve a target pre-tax income of 102,600. So this is the formula we're looking for. Budgeted unit sales is equal to total fixed cost plus target pre-tax income. These two together are going to be added up and divided by the contribution margin per unit. But we have got to do some preliminary calculations before we can use this little formula. So let's go back up a little bit. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to see what we have as far as we're going to figure out contribution margin per unit. So let's do that. So based on this information up here, we had if you take revenues minus variable cost, which equals contribution margin. That's what we're trying to find. We're trying to find a contribution margin per unit in this little formula right here. So $1 million for sales up there minus all the variable cost, and all the variable costs are as follows: 289,300, which is direct materials, that's a variable cost, goes up and down with volume. Direct labor, which is 240,900 down here, and $150,900, which is variable factory overhead, plus $50,900 of variable marketing cost. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4 variable costs. We're going to add them all up, and we're going to subtract them from sales. And when you add all these up, you end up with $732,000 worth of variable cost subtracted from sales of $1 million, and you have contribution margin total, which is 268. Well, we're looking for contribution margin per unit. So we're going to take $268,000 total contribution margin divided by the 40,000 units that we have sold, which is up here, 40,000 units, and we now have a contribution margin per unit of $6.70. So we have this first piece of this formula right here figured out. Contribution margin per unit is $6.70. Next thing we've got to do is fill in the other pieces. So total fixed cost would be, from up here, we've got fixed factory overhead of 104,500 and fixed marketing expenses of 110,900. And we've also got our desired or our target pre-tax income of 102,600. So we have 3 things that we have to achieve, we have to overcome to make this reach this goal. We've got to have enough sales to cover the all the fixed costs, which are these 2 items right here, which is the 104,500 and the 110,900 marketing fixed expenses, plus our desired target pre-tax income of 102,600. So you add all 3 of these things together and you divide them by $6.70, which is the contribution margin per unit. And when you add those 3 things together, you get $318,000 divided by $6.70, or the budgeted unit sales to achieve this target would be 47,462.687, and to the nearest unit it would be 47,463.